Hey, welcome back. This is Minding Your Business with the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce, and I'm Chris Spiker. Next guest from the Boys and Girls Club of the Antelope Valley, Sally Altobelli. Welcome.
Hi, how are you doing?
Wonderful. You and I have 12 minutes to talk all about Boys and Girls Club.
Awesome.
And Jay Duke,
Yes.
he's still over there, right?
He is. He
What
is.
is he, the executive director?
He is the CEO,
Oh.
and then our executive director is
Well,
Stacy Cantwell. So Stacy is going to be coming in for Jay once Jay retires out.
Ah, and is he old enough to retire?
Not even close. No, he pays me to say that though.
So Jay reached out to me and he said, the Palmdale facility is closing or changing or moving or what's going on?
Unfortunately, it is closed. So, Antelope Valley Boys and Girls Club started in the Hammock Activity Center, actually in 1991. So, nearly 30 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. And, the building is old. It was old when we went into it in 1991.
Right.
So, the city has been a pretty great partner trying to keep up on the repairs as need be, but the building is too old.
At some
this
point you gotta say, you can't have anybody in that building, let alone children.
Yeah, it's just not worth the investment anymore. And so we can certainly understand that. And we're actually kind of excited. I mean, obviously we're sad to lose our Palmdale facility. It was home to so many people for such a long time. But we're so excited for the future because this gives us a great ability to kind of move forward and to a better building.
It's a new chapter.
Exactly. And that's fun, right?
So, yeah, it's a challenge,
I love a challenge.
positively,
Yeah.
because boys and girls still need a little loving and a little after-school attention and all the different things. You're gonna tell me what all the different things that the Boys and Girls Club does.
Oh, really? I'm going to have to just go out there and say we do whatever it takes. So, Boys and Girls Club is not just one thing that we do, it's all things we do for kids. Whatever they need, we're really there for them. We do a lot of homework assistance, academic success, healthy lifestyle programs, character leadership programs. And so, at any given point, so we actually have 20 locations throughout Antelope Valley,
Ah,
spanning all the way from Anna Verde to Mojave.
so
I
maybe
mean-
you can do without the main store.
Yeah, it's just closing of one. But that is actually a big one because the Hammock Center actually housed a lot of kids during the summer. And summer care is really important for a lot of people here. There's a lot of commuters in the valley. And so there's such a need for affordable summer programming. And so that's one issue we have to work out. But we're confident. Our board is working really hard to work that out by next summer.
You had a little warning.
Yeah. We've got some time, so it's going to work out.
Who's on the board?
Our board president is Pam Gaspar,
Mhm.
and our vice president is Dr. Rick Garrison. Our secretary is Don Ryan. Our treasurer is Mark Hayden over at Antelope Valley Hospital. And then we have Amanda Patrician from Lamar, Sean Caby from Westside School District, assistant superintendent. They're going to kill me for forgetting
That
everybody's
was
name.
kind of bad of me to ask you
Yeah,
for
well,
a
like,
list.
there's like 14 of them.
But I recognize those names. So this is an actual working board. This is a board
Oh,
that
yeah.
runs an organization.
Yeah, and everybody, it's such a well-rounded board. Everybody has their own abilities and their own expertise to come together to really help guide the organization and get things done. Yeah, it's a working board, and they're very community involved. Like you said, you know the names, so they're really out there. They make things happen, and they're great people.
And there are some fundraisers that the Boys and Girls Club's involved with.
Yeah, there are. So we have two main fundraisers.
I'm going to have you do it like a commercial.
Two main fundraisers. We have the Lincoln Invitational, which is always in September, and that's hosted from Antelope Valley Ford. Thank you, Mike Johnson. And we have our Youth of the Year, which is actually going to be not this November, but next November. And our Youth of the Year dinner, the sponsors vary. We don't have a presenting sponsor, so if you'd like to be one, we're looking for one. But that's actually kind of our main event where the kids go up and they actually tell what Boys and Girls Club means to them and the impact that it's had on them and how they feel confident going into a great future after they graduate from high school because they've been able to attend this program for a long period of time after school where they've learned skills and built up their self-esteem and found like who they are, what they're going to do.
It's a great chance for a young person to
It really is.
to
You
grow.
know, so many studies show that a caring mentor and a safe place after school and during school and out of school is really what makes kids grow up to be successful, like a caring adult in their life. Peers are obviously very important as well, but I think kids need a place and somebody to talk to, somewhere to go. And the club is that place.
We're talking with Sally Altabelli, and she's with Boys and Girls Club of the Antelope Valley. How'd you get involved with the Boys and Girls Club?
You know, actually, I was general manager over at Mulligan Family Fun Center, a place that's near and dear to my heart. And we started serving on their board. So not me personally, but one of the people from our corporate office. And they're down in Orange County. And so they were doing that for a while, and then they said, hey, you know what, this is kind of a drive, you're local, go sit on that board. So I was like, okay, so I was voluntold to go to Boys and Girls Club. But I went, and it was amazing. And then they opened up a program at my child's school. And so I actually had 3 children go there, and then eventually the child I had after that went there. So all 4 of my kids have been through Boys and Girls Club. And I see the impact firsthand. And so working on the board was really rewarding. And then eventually a position opened up within the organization, and I decided to go over there. Jay offered me a job, and I said, absolutely. It's important work. It's fun work.
It is important work, and it's important that people with the passion for that work are involved.
Yeah, passion is key, right? I mean, passion is key in anything. You can teach people skills, but you can't really teach passion.
So you have a staff, and you also probably have a large group of volunteers.
We do. We actually have a really large staff. I think it's larger than most people realize. There's about 130 people who work at Boys and Girls Club. You know, when you're talking about 20 sites, 2,000 kids, that's a lot of kids, right? So you need a lot of adults to be there. And we have about 200 volunteers that come in throughout the year.
Do you make them go through a background check?
Oh, there's extremely strict.
Live scan and all that?
Yep. It's comparable to a school district, and it's also continuous. So we're constantly checking backgrounds, you know, all the time. So if something happens, we get an alert knowing that, hey, you know, so, you know, because a lot of times I think people think, oh, if you background check somebody, they might come back where there wasn't a problem, but then later something happens and you didn't know because you've already done the background check. It's actually not like that. It's a continuous monitoring. So we always make sure that the people we have around children are safe. Safety is number 1 priority.
Safety is number 1.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. In everything we do in the Antelope Valley. Most important.
Absolutely.
So you can go home at the end of the day.
Yeah. You know, having a safe community is going to be one of the best things for like quality of life, right? So knowing your kids are safe, knowing it's safe for your kids to be outside, and so safety is actually really big. Safety and quality of life is a really big thing for me.
What are some of the coolest things that the Boys and Girls Club or the AV does? What are some of the best programs that you've noticed?
Oh, there's been some really amazing programs. I'm really kind of a fan of our dance program we've had. That's been really amazing. The kids really love it. You know, they're getting this exercise every day. They don't realize it, you know, but they're living a healthy lifestyle. And then they're just so creative, and they put together their own routines. I just absolutely love it. We have a great robotics team. We actually had an all-female robotics team.
Wow.
Yeah. And so that was amazing. And we've even done competitions with them, and it's great. You know, a lot of the kids that come to the club and participate in our programs, about 80% of them are socioeconomically disadvantaged, so they're in a low-income area. Not all kids that do, but about 80% are. And so for them to have these opportunities after school, like out of the school setting, I think is really important, because it's piggybacking on what schools are already teaching them, and it's helping develop their interest in things that they might not have had if they weren't at the club.
Sounds like this would be an activity that any child,
Oh
no
yeah,
matter where they
Boys
come
and Girls
from.
Club is for really all kids,
Yeah.
and so we're servicing kids throughout the entire valley. You know, we have kids in the West Side School District, and we have kids in Palmdale School District, and Lancaster School District, and East Side School District, and so it's such a diverse crowd. And yeah, but everybody can benefit from a Boys and Girls Club. All kids really can, and parents can rest assured that their kids are at a safe place, and that they're making great relationship with friends, and good relationship with staff, and they're having a good time. So.
If there's a parent listening and they're trying to figure out how to plug their son or daughter or children in the area, how do they contact the Boys and Girls Club?
So you go to avbgc.org and click on register. and it will tell you everything you need to know about getting involved with the Boys and Girls Club. So we do have after-school programs. A lot of them are free, and some are tuition-based. But if you go to our main site in Lancaster, the Whitney Mack Center, which is actually at the old fairgrounds, $25 a year gives you an entire access, a whole year, even during the summer.
Somebody could walk in there with a $100 check and say, I want to sponsor 4 kids.
Yeah, and you know what? People do that. And I just want to say, if you've done that, thank you so much. I mean, I can't thank our donors and our supporters enough. We really don't charge our families a lot of money at all. And so we really do exist because the community is here. And that's good. And we're here for the community, and the community is here for us. And I think it's a win-win partnership.
And even if they have raised all the money they need, they always have other needs that they are continually trying to fix, to fill.
Yeah, the needs in Antelope Valley are always growing. So we're going to be here for a long time, and we're always aiming to help the needs. And honestly, if there's parents out there in the club and they have needs that they want to address, we're so open to it. Like I said, we do whatever it takes to help kids have great futures.
Tell me a little bit about Chamber of Commerce promoting business.
Oh, Chambers of Commerce are just so important. You know, the business community and working with other businesses, that's going to be, I think, one of the keys to success in the future going forward. You know, networking's always been important, but I still think it always varies down to relationships. That's what it's about.
Been listening to and talking to Sally Altobelli from the Boys and Girls Club of the Antelope Valley, filling in for Mr. Jay Duke. You did an
Yes.
awesome job, Sally.
Thank you. I really enjoyed this. It's great.
Come back anytime.
Thank you so much.
You bet.